Okay, so this isn't my usual video type of fishing, our dog, or going to the Bahamas or something. This is how to build a deck over a septic tank. We live in South Florida. It's a Key West style house. Not a lot of yard area for houses down here, but the challenge was, and I couldn't find anything on the internet, so I just plowed through it and figured it out along the way. Thought I'd make a video. So right there, let me back up a little bit. Right there is the main tank, the feed from the house. This deck is going to connect to that deck, but later. And so that's the main tank, and then that's the connector there, and that's the tank that has the filter and all that in it. The challenge was how to be able to periodically, get in. This one's easy, it's grass. This one was over the deck, was not easy. I'm missing one final joist that I'm going to put there, but basically this joist has a 2x4 sister tied to it because I had to notch it out. You can see over here, I had to notch it out about 3 inches all the way down to give me enough room to lift the lid off. Not me, of course, the service guys. Lift the lid off. Make sure when you do this your screws are accessible. I will have to remove about 4 or 5 deck boards full length, but I didn't want to chop the deck up with different boards. I wanted it to be full length boards, so this was the only way to do it. What I've done here, and the deck is barely off the ground, I wanted it to look, it's actually not even off the ground in some areas. I wanted it to look more like a dock, kind of like this, just barely off, not so much a deck. So the purpose of these boards around here is to create an embankment, if you will, because this I dug out where I'm standing, so I could get the lid off and slide it over. Again, not me, a service guy. Get the lid off and slide it over. Plenty of room. The lid's 27. This is about 36 inches. But what I was worried about was over time, 3 to 5 years, all of this South Florida sand, which is dirt and beach sand, it's not soil. It's like very thin stuff, doesn't hold moisture. But falling down in this area, I spent a lot of time digging out. So I built an embankment around it, screwed it to the joist. Again, I'm missing the final joist right along here that I need to add, which I'll do in a few moments. But so this is another view of it from back here. Again, the embankment is to keep the dirt from getting down in there. So a couple of years from now, when I got to get in there, or somebody's got to get in there, I just got to remove 5 boards this way, lift the lid up, slide it to there, and good to go. The purpose of this board here is to keep the bottom from pushing out. This is obviously protected by the ends of those 2 boards, but I didn't want somehow, hurricane or a lot of water to be able to push the bottom of the boards in, so I put a board there and I put a sister board on top to make sure that it can't slide in. And I'm going to put one more sister board there to keep that piece from caving in. The only exposure I got is a little 8x8 spot right there, and I'm probably going to take a minute and go ahead and fill that up. But basically, that's it. It's notched out here for a tree we're going to put there. It's going to connect up to that and that. So one last run at it. Main tank in right there under the grass. Second tank connector in the middle with enough room notched out on that board with a sister 2x4 to make up for the weakness I created when I notched it out on that side, and then the embankment there. So hopefully that helps. Here's the finished deck. Well, almost finished. Got a few things I need to finish do after it's done here. Like after it dries, I need to seal it, stain it and seal it, because I'm trying to make it look like really cool teak. Gotta redo these couple 4 or 5 angle boards there, but that's where the old lid was, or the lid was. So I gotta put some new sod down. That's where the other one is. I gotta pull those 5 boards up right there to get into it. Gonna have a palm sitting there and a little step down, but so that's how it turned out. A little more work than I thought, but pretty happy because I really wanted a deck there, even though there was a septic system there.